All right. Welcome on back. I was looking at this house that I started to build a while ago, and I just kind of gave up on it. Like, it's also awkward here. The button's kind of like indented in, but I don't know. I keep thinking that I'm gonna make like this is kind of a weird house. I was experimenting with like upside down stairs to try to do that. So, anyways, headline is I told Bill Murray, yes, the famous movie star and actor, that he might be on shrooms. I'm not even making this up. Oh, okay. Well, first off, let's go ahead and heal our axes. I was harvesting the honeycombs, but basically, let's go ahead and go to sleep. I got an email because of Yahoo Sports because I've done some fantasy football leagues in the past and not a lot and not very closely, but anyways, and they're doing a promo thing where Bill Murray it does like a little commercial. He looks in the mirror and he sees a dog, and then he's just like acting all surprised, like, "Oh my gosh, why do I see a dog?" Like, it's just it's Bill Murray being Bill Murray. So, anyways, my smart aleck way of saying like, oh, like, and I sent him an email from my email. I hope he responds back. I think that'd be hilarious. And you know, I plugged Communal, the nonprofit for capybara cannabis cafes, and basically even just saying like capybara cannabis cafes, like I feel like that rolls off the tongue to be like, oh, who is this guy? Like, oh, let's look at his idea, and he's famous, possibly still rich. I don't know, but if not, he knows some people, I'm sure, and if it's for the good of the copies, like making capybara cafes and alternative uh, community corrections outlets for people and like to bring people back into the community, like there's a lot of potential there. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Wait, what am I even doing? Healing tools. Let's just focus on that. I needed to get some emeralds, or I wanted to get some emeralds so I could go buy some stuff from the wandering trader, but not too worried about that. I don't have a ton. So hopefully this is enough to fix the old pick. Oh yeah, it's already doing pretty good. So, anyways, it's ridiculous. Like I mean, I feel like this is like Mad Libs. Like I'm in an episode of South Park where just anything I say can become reality. Like, hey, I'm just gonna email Bill Murray and tell him he's on drugs and ask him if he wants to support one of the biggest like legal markets for hallucinogenics, psychedelics, and cannabis. Like partnering with other companies and making it all legitimate over the counter, like especially with President Trump coming in and saying that he's going to try to do something for state level banking. The federal level at least maybe decriminalized, but and I respect the idea of states making that choice. They shouldn't have it forced upon them until they're ready. I mean, and eventually they will be, but they need to be able to do it themselves, feel good about it, not, yeah, like I said, not have it forced on them. That's totally understandable. So, all right. Huh. So I'm actually pretty good. Like, now as far as buying things from that wandering trader, we'll see. I see him there. And I still can't get over the fact that I talked in front of Redman's sister about cannabis and the cannabis company or market here in Colorado. And we've done a lot of like studying trial and error. Like we've gone through some painful like adjustment. Um, but I mean, worth it in the end. And I tell them that almost every time I'm in there. It's just like I can't imagine, like I can't believe how far we've come. Like if I were to be able to talk to my younger self, and just be like, look, one day you'll be able to go into a shop, pick out your weed like a grocery store, and they'll even like tell you about it, And if you ask them advice, they'll recommend like as perfect of a plant as they can get you, and for dirt cheap. So I was talking with some other people and got like a bot type person. You could tell, like, she's like, I want to connect or something. And then the first thing she does is sends me a DM asking me how I am. Like, okay. And I even said before I accepted to follow back or to follow her back to where she could send a DM in X app, I said, I don't do DMs for security reasons. And so she either didn't see it or didn't care. And so I'm just still not answering her because I don't do DMs for security reasons. I mean, and that's just by default. Like, I might respond to somebody if it's like really intriguing or if I deem it to be kind of safe. But other than that, like, nah, I could care less. Like, you don't get to get a free pass into that like level of trust all because of, being a fallback on XApp. Like, what? That's ridiculous. Also, let's see. Do I have a bunch of dirt? I mean, worst case, I have that. Soul soil. Yeah, why not? Trying to make it to where we can harvest a lot more. Wait, I'm off. I was off that whole time. Jeez. Alright. Just noticed that. Okay. There we go. So, anyways, we'll see. We'll see if we have some celebrity sponsor. I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking, and I was debating on sending it from my social media email address, but I never checked that one. So I was like, well, what if Bill sends me an email back? I mean, and if he's enthusiastic about something like that, or at the very least, if he knows somebody that might be enthusiastic about that, you know, like wow, it blows my mind, like the world that we live in. Hmm. Okay, well, actually, I think I do have a couple more stacks, at least some cobbles. Oh yeah. Might as well just build the whole thing back. Hmm. Especially if he reads it during the Super Bowl. It says from my first name, last name, and my nickname, A-Rye. Oh, she's. Uh, I maybe should have said, hey, don't read that last part on the air. It's not exactly launched yet. But whatever, I mean, it's at least a good partial company. Like, there are good parts to it. So, I mean, at least I can confidently say that. Okay, let's go. Actually, let's go get some lava. Let's start harvesting the obsidian because I want to build another like 2 or 3 layers at least. Um, I think that'd be sick. If I could build it all the way to build height. And then even have like lava flowing in the middle, but so far in the middle that like no matter how far inward you fell, you would still hit water. Alright, so for this we gotta go back this way. And then here. And I mean, and Bill Murray did a movie with Woody Harrelson. I forget, it's like Zombieland, I think. Now that I'm not sitting at my computer writing the email, I just fired one off all quick, like, I don't know. It was already pretty long. I didn't want to continue to like make it belabor any points or anything. Just wanted to see what he thought about capybara cannabis cafes. I think he would go for it. And if not, he would know somebody that would go for it. For real. And especially like being an ally for the cannabis legalization movement, or at least the cannabis decriminalization movement. Like it doesn't have to be completely legal. It's just like stop arresting people for it and causing all sorts of problems. And then we get some capybara cannabis cafes on the border or by the border, like a bunch of farms and temporary housing. Like it's perfect, all of it. Oh wait, now we gotta be careful. Yes, perfect. So it's a good thing I got rid of um, the emeralds. So, all right, that's just that little like offshoot. I still have that giant lake over there that I've been pulling off of. As you can see, I've slowly been eroding it away. Okay. I haven't even watched any of the Super Bowl. I don't really care who wins. I mean, I'm excited that people are excited for it. Like, don't get me wrong. But I've never been that excited about watching football. It's more like, I don't know. It's kind of boring. Like, like look at this. I'm in the middle of like hell, basically, harvesting magma, building ginormous structures without any risk to my own safety. Like, I'm like literally a god in this. I'm sorry, but yeah, who can run and throw and catch the fastest? That's pretty cool too. Like, pew, pew, pew. So, and like, if I get Bill Murray on board with some of the projects, that would just be, whew. Because already there's so many ways that this will work. Like, just donating old computers, approaching tech companies to help donate old computers. Like, that still aligns with my association for computing machinery background. Even though I was a brief officer of the CSU chapter, I was the treasurer. And we organized meetings to connect local industry to students as like a career like mixer and like recruiting efforts. And so, oops, I even watched myself do that. All right. And like in that like aligns right there. Plus like, only a few degrees separation from people that are like creators of Python and maintainers of Python code uh and tools and all that. Like, it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to just like assemble this like mighty community of like tech nerds and I don't know, which I mean for all I know this is already happening too. So like I'm like racing just to keep up with all the goings ons of like, what's up and what's not. So all right, sweet. And then just like that, slowly filling it up. So I don't know. I mean, and so I gotta go to a cannabis convention in June. Although I hope that doesn't conflict. So I do a summer camp back home, where I just started last year coaching this summer camp, and I want to do that every year, basically. Um, so I gotta do that without doxing myself too much. But I feel like the only people out there that'd be upset at what I'm doing, the most they would do is try to talk to my manager, whoever that may be. Maybe the local authorities. They're pretty well aware of what I'm doing. They kind of have an eye on me from time to time, too. I mean, even if they don't, like, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying there's any active reason or anything. In fact, quite the opposite. I am very boring and doing a very good job at just focusing on parenting, working, accelerating my career, helping others, volunteering. Very low on the threat escape, I would say. Just so I can see it, because I still don't quite trust it. And there's still probably another one or two. No, at least two. Alright. And the music down here too. It's all melancholy, just kind of, it's still skillfully played. Sorrowful. Hmm. kind of reminds me of StarCraft, where the Russian sounding name generals like just destroying everybody, and there's just this like classical music going on with all the mayhem. All right. I love these massive structures I got going on here. Okay. Oh, lightning still kind of scares me. It's loud. It's like a jump scare. And I had a nightmare when I was a kid that God was trying to kill me. I used to play some Castle Wolfenstein 3D or Wolfenstein 3D, whatever it was called. Not like their very first game. I didn't realize there was a very first like screen scroller Wolfenstein. It was more like a Mario. But anyways, no, I played the one where you start off behind a dead Nazi, like you stabbed him, and you steal his gun, and like, and he's just laying there in a pile of his own blood. Like you're like, oh, okay, cool, I just killed that guy. Like, and so then you escape from Nazi jail. And you just go kill a bunch of Nazis. And anyway, some enemies in there is what God looked like in this thing, like a cheap graphic, or not cheap, but like, you know, one of the original early graphics. Oh man, I should put some like lightning rods somewhere. In fact, let's do that. We have so much copper. I hope it stays raining. I love the rain. Like, I haven't seen very good rain lately in real life. Let's actually do a bit of that. So that's like a 10 unit high. There we go. If we want any more, we have plenty of copper in there. Alright, for now though. Basically told Bill Murray he's on drugs. And then I was like, or you may be pitching a PG movie, which I've totally said something inappropriate for. Either way, I'm a big fan of your work, and maybe you can go watch Ghostbusters while the trip wears off. Like, or maybe you're a Monty Python fan. Oh. Yeah, I left my YouTube channel in the signature. So Bill Murray might watch my YouTube videos. That's a trip. That'd be hilarious. barely starting. At least like there is some where it's starting to pull back, kind of like I noticed over here. Slowly taking it, but yeah, like easily another one, if not two more, maybe even three or four. Like really, like, I know that's only one. All that stuff pouring down, but if you look at that, like all of those, I mean, that's about the same size of that area. We just got that with two, maybe 2.5 to 3. Oh well. And actually, after this one, we probably don't even have any more room. So. Well, and more recently, I envisioned renting out the entire Paris Hilton for a giant, not Paris Hilton, sorry, the entire Hilton in Fort Collins and just throwing like a giant party of a consumption party. That would be really cool if they would sign off on it. They probably wouldn't. But maybe that would have to be like instead of, ooh, actually, let's get all that over there. So, or then turning certain hotels into cannabis and mushroom partaking facilities. Like, I don't know how much of a stretch that would be, but I think that would sure be swell, you know. Oh my gosh. And then my kids are watching the Super Bowl. And, and they say, hey, there's a message from Dad. Oh God, no. It's so awesome. I mean, now I'm kind of hoping nothing happens. I think I'd be perfectly okay with that. Like, if absolutely nothing happened, but I don't know. You know, it's like one of those, I feel like I'm going to fall into. What world do we live in? What a time to be alive. Oh, man. I feel so sketched out. Like, I'm going to back up and fall into a lava square. That would not be good. And I hate that because then, like, there's a good chance that all of your items will also get destroyed. Like, they become part of that. Ugh, it's not good. Not good at all. All right. Ah, 2. It wasn't bad. All right, so now the cool part is I can harvest all the stone. We'll maybe do like one more run there. But actually, right now I want to do all that netherrack and get that in there. But we already have it almost basically like half filled in. Then I could just like dig out all of the cobblestone and fill in the other half. Dig it all completely away. But for now, I'm going to Sherpa a lot of that netherrack. And actually, I should make that field of... Well, now that I have a lot more soul soil, or soul sand, whichever it is. There we go. Okay. Even if we're just filling up the chests over here, like that's still... I mean, it really doesn't take much. There we go. Well... In fact, let's go ahead and do that other thing too. Because basically, that's just not enough for what we need. So. Mm. So we're at least going to do this much. And already that's probably like twice, if not 3 times as much as what we had originally. Even have that coming out a little bit. Okay. All right, now I think these are ripe. Okay. Now I need a ton of wood to like process all of that, like cooking all the netherrack into bricks, but that's all right. We can approach that some other time. Oh, I'm gonna run out. Nice. All right, well that's plenty good for now. I'll have to AFK there at some other point. And actually, let's go ahead and just leave this. I was gonna say watch. I guess we did. Oh, we did kinda. We already had some. Is that regular sand? Okay. All right. Add some of this dirt over here. Bill Murray. And still, like, I'm gonna end up hanging out with Matt Stone and Trey Parker of South Park one of these days. I still haven't gone down to their Casa Bonita restaurant now that they've owned it. I think they would be perfect for capybaras, like, have like a capybara petting zoo next door or something, or a habitat. I mean, they would do it up legit too. Like, those copies would be like in copy heaven. So, it's just a matter of going down to Denver, eating dinner, having the money to do so. Like, it's gonna be expensive. Oh, I didn't grab the buckets. Oh wait, we were getting netherrack. That's right. I meant to do that. Okay. Is that it? It's a lot of soul soil. Okay. Let's do another. I don't know. Oh, there's the buckets. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Now I have buckets in both places. Mm. I wonder if that's bait. Like, he knew that he was going to get some responses like that. He had to have. Like, I mean, you can't in this day and age. Oh, there's the alarm. All right, well, I think I might actually switch it up and do some Dark Souls here. Um, I mean, this new internet, it's amazing. Like, I was able to. It's weird. It's like really finicky. Like, I had to babysit it and like watch it, and it kept saying like can't upload video. And I'd say okay, try again, and then it would. And I just watched like a bit of a couple, and seemed like they were doing okay. Oh shoot, actually wait, we're gonna load up this, and then like I said a little bit ago, might actually be able to. I need a lot of wood in order to start processing all this netherrack, so we'll just leave that other stuff as a placeholder. Mm. One shy. Let's see. I'm also thinking like the look on my family's face, the look on my co-parent, like I hope he just replies in secret, or I just got a major boost to my YouTube channel. Ah, that's nerve-wracking. Oh, and A-Rye too. Uh, anyways, life is short. Live it up. Why not? You know, like if you can talk to Bill Murray, try to talk to Bill Murray. All right. So what we can continue to do is go ahead and get some more emeralds and stuff. And oh wait, that was the alarm. Sorry. So, anyways, ta-ta for now. I'll see you in the next one. And actually, I am gonna switch it up to some Dark Souls. I'm gonna go take a break, and go kill some monsters and demons. So ta-ta for now. Have a great evening. Happy Super Bowl, whoever you're going for. I hope you had a great time, as I do them. All right, ta-ta.